Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Spiritual Essence. And today I would like to talk about some thoughts I have on Stonehenge and what exactly is going on there. So, there have been many legends surrounding exactly how Stonehenge got there. One was that Merlin had commanded a group of giants to construct it, which, even though I do believe Merlin exists and giants, I'm not inclined to think that's the case. Um, so let me see. Came in kind of unprepared for this one. Okay. So Stonehenge I thought it was in Wales. It's Salisbury, UK. Now, Stonehenge is a huge tourist attraction. Tons of people from all over the world come to see it. You used to be able to get real up close with it, but then people started chipping off pieces of it to take home and destroying the monument, so they had to close it off, and now only historians and scientists are allowed there with special permission. Some people have to ruin it for everyone, right? But there's a lot of people who have speculated exactly what it is. I'm going to go from my least likely explanations to my most likely. So first of all was the Merlin with giants. Don't think that's the case. Someone said it was a way to contact aliens from other worlds. As much as I believe in aliens, I do not believe that's what it was for. I heard also that it could be the site of ancient kings' burial grounds, like royalty or royal family. And while I do think that is possible, after all, kings and queens were buried in elaborate monuments, right? But I would think that if that was the case, there'd be some level of marking on the stone to indicate exactly who was there, because people who buried kings and queens, they wanted them to live immortal in the words of men, you know? They wanted to be able for people to remember them always. So you think that there'd be some sort of writing etched on the stone somewhere. Even after all these years, there'd be some evidence. But nope, the stones are very smooth. Now, we're getting into what I think is the case. So there has been evidence that people who walk into Stonehenge, they feel like an energy field, a very powerful energy field. If you take a compass within that space, it will go round and round. If a plane flies over the area, their equipment will malfunction and their compass will spin. And there was an episode of Unsolved Mysteries where they actually filmed inside Stonehenge, and there was some weird distortion with their audio and even a little bit with their video equipment. So most people would chalk that up to, hey, there is probably, magnetic metal underneath the dirt. Even if that were the case, I don't think it would be nearly that powerful, especially to reach an airplane miles off the ground. But that's me. Okay, so years ago, the Druids inhabited England. Druids were actually pretty heavy in England. These people believed in communing with nature and nature spirits and being one with the land, harmonizing and coexisting with nature. Many of them lived out in the woods. They were mostly men. There were some women who followed, who assisted the Druid priests, but there were no actual women in the order of Druids. So there was a bit of a hierarchy there with men in that in that order. There were Druidesses, but from what the research that I could get from them, they didn't really have that much sway as a Druid priest. Similar to an abbess rather than an actual priest. No one really knows exactly what the comparison with them was. So they would do rituals, of course, to commune with nature and to harness the power within that environment. And they would try to do these rituals in places that were sacred, places that they believed have very powerful energies. I believe that Stonehenge was one of them. Stonehenge is an incredible place of power coming from the earth. And it was one of the books that I read. It was the 21 Lessons of Merlin. No, it was the Lost Books of Merlin. 21 Lessons of Merlin is a follow-up book, I hear. But it explained how all over the world, in this earth, there are certain spots that have more powerful energy coming from the earth. So they are ideal places for portals to open. They are ideal places to perform magical rituals because the energy is more heightened. And a lot of people's houses are probably built on these spots, which may explain weird happenings going on in there. I believe that the Druids were worshipped in this spot, and they brought these stones and set them up the way they wanted to mark their sacred spot, to harness the powers that they knew were there. And this is how they perform their rituals, maybe places where they tried to commune with the spirits of nature that they believed in. And here we are, all these years later. Sadly, the Druids have been gone for centuries. There was a huge slaughter by the Romans of Druids. But they did exist afterward, but there was a massive slaughter by the Romans. That's sad. But no, even though Druidism has come back, at least a little bit, not in its original form. It's hard to go back to the original form because a lot of the knowledge about them has been long lost. Now, I've thought about Druidism, but even though I agree on some of the, like, communing with nature and coexisting with nature and harnessing the energies from the environment that are innate, it's only part of the puzzle. It's a spiritual path that is, decent philosophy, but it's only a part of the puzzle. And I'm looking to make the whole puzzle. Each one has a piece, and I'm looking for them pieces. One day I do hope to go to Stonehenge. Never been, but one day I do want to go to England. Like I said, I wanted to go to Bala Lake so I could see if maybe there's any connection I can establish with Caerhydwen. And I would also like to see the Viking Museum in York, England. And Stonehenge is on that list. Now, it's so sad that we can't get, like, up close and personal without special permission. And considering I do not have a PhD, nor any kind of degree in any historical studies, the chances of me getting special permission are slim as this. But that's okay. I'll work with what I can. I'll try to feel the energies from afar, if that works. But I would like to see it still. It is an incredible monument. There have been so much speculation about what Stonehenge is. This is what I believe Stonehenge was. I would like to hear your explanations down in the comments. Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think I'm half right? Do you think I'm half wrong? Put it down in the comments. I would love to hear what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell button so you don't miss any of my future uploads. And have a good day.